Good evening, everyone. Today is Wednesday, July 5th, 2023. Um, Apologize for suddenly going AWOL. I was sick for the past 2 days, but thankfully I felt a bit better today. And apologies for the 3D printing sound in the background. So I felt better, and last Sunday I continued my wind-up toy project, and I decided to build something from scratch to answer some of the questions that I had in my mind, and also like some of the assumptions, whether the whole mechanism is actually working, if my tank build was actually too heavy, or do I need more gears. So I created another design from scratch, and it has actually, and for that time on Sunday I used 2 gears instead of one. So it's a 4-wheel drive instead of 2-wheel drive. It means that the springs was connected to actually to the both of the wheel. And I also slimmed down the whole build while I was building that, because it was a test. So I made it quite simple, but while I was kind of building that prototype, I realized there will be ways if it's just a square that has 4 wheels, and I, for some reason, just like improvise while designing the thing on Tinkercad, and I came up with this. It's a horse. I made it in the design of a horse, and if you can see, it has 2 cogwheel inside that connects both wheels, the rear and front wheel. And yeah, I mean, as you can tell, that it's a bit lighter and it has more power, because now both all 4 wheels are connected to the gears. So it means like somehow it has more power and more traction. So this thing works. Although what I noticed is, if you just wind it lightly, so not like until the end, you need to nudge the toy a bit so that the whole thing starts running. So based on this, maybe build is also one of the reasons, but I guess it has something to do with the strength of the spring itself. So my assumption after building this is actually somehow the gear ratio needs to be bigger, so it has more force or duration to rotate, and hopefully that way it will have longer distance to cover, and then the spring strength itself will determine the speed, well, not the speed, the acceleration. So I think the stronger the spring, the easier will the thing run off from a static position. So those are 2 my findings. I play a bit with this on Sunday, and yeah, that's my finding. Basically, that I can use to improve my wind-up tank later on. On top of that, since I built this horse thing, I also suddenly had an idea to actually maybe add something to it so that I can play around, so it's not just a horse that can run around. And I suddenly remember about this jousting tournament that like knights do that you normally watch in the movie. So based on that, I came up with this. It's the knight that you can attach to the horse so that it's riding like so. And I also made a small helmet you can put on so that, yeah, it's not only just a horse, but I can turn this into like a jousting toys if you have to, so that you can line it up, point it to the other enemy's toy, and then it will joust. And since it's not like since the knights are not glued to the horse, it's just connected here, then maybe it can topple each other or something. So yeah, it's definitely a detour or another improvisation I made, whereas I should have focused on my wind-up toy tank, but because it's a quick build, I just did it on Sunday. And as you can see, I kind of like the design because the knights are actually a cute little fairy, like a small thing that stand on top of the huge horse toy instead of like a serious knight that is like sitting. I kind of like it at the end. That's a nice little toy that I made from the experiment I did. So actually today, rather than continuing to work on my wind-up tank, I decided to take a bit of detour and do a small project. And what I did today is just like printing another set of the horse so that I can have two knights that I can play jousting with. It's a fun small project, and actually it's surprising how I like everything comes together at the end. Actually made a small content also about this because I just really like the look of it. Yeah, so that's the update for today. I didn't do much. I just like printed some stuff and live outside because I still need to have some fresh air, and it's still warm here in Berlin. Anyway, another topic that I want to discuss regarding the last log entry video that I made, that was about how I should work on my public speaking skill and my communication skill. I got a really nice comments on that video, and they're all like really supportive about my what I'm trying to do here, and I think what I can learn the most from that is basically people do actually enjoy this type of like raw format and me genuinely trying to share. And I think my biggest takeaway there is like I should keep this format somehow genuine and without losing the characteristic of it. So yeah, I think keeping it genuine is like one biggest takeaway that I learned from that. And yeah, it's just really heartwarming and nice to see all the supportive comments that I got from there. Yeah, so it's just something that I need to really mention. And yeah, it's just nice to be able to communicate also with people out there that can somehow connect and with what I'm trying to do. And I just find it really nice to see that there are some people that really enjoy actually that really enjoy what I'm doing and what I've been posting here on YouTube. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Um, and yeah, it's really nice to hear. And again, that's like I think the magic of like putting your stuff out there and really open for feedback and input, so you can always learn and get something, you know, from others' perspective, right? Anyway, so that's the update for today. Yeah, nothing else to do for today. I'm just like printing still a lot of other parts for the second part story. Yeah, so that's that, and see you tomorrow in the next log entry. Bye bye.